Joined us across the globe. My name is Sahil, and I will walk you through this webinar, which we have scheduled for all the participants who are writing up the Pragati examination on 31st of July. If my voice is audible and you can see the slide on the screen, please type yes in the Q&A box, and we will proceed further. I would split up this presentation into two parts. The first part is about the generic overview of what this examination is all about. And the second half, we will walk you through the technical aspect of it, that how do you take this exam, what all important essential equipment is required for you to take this exam, and what are the initial ingredients which you must possess in order to take this examination. Thank you so much for the confirmation. So this is the last and final webinar of this series. We had conducted 5 webinars up till now, and this is the 6th webinar. So, and we will also take up all your questions towards the end of the presentation. So you can please type in all your questions in the Q&A box. And once the presentation is concluded, we will pick up all the questions and answer them. So just an introduction, Pragati 2022 is scheduled to be conducted on 31st of July in the internet-based mode across 118 countries. And this webinar is meant to familiarize the candidates about the modalities of the examination. The Study in India program is a flagship project introduced by the Ministry of Education, the Government of India. This program seeks to endorse India as the prime education hub for international students by inviting them to pursue their higher educations. India is one of the largest education systems in the world, and currently it stands second in terms of the overall education network. So as you all know, this is a scholarship test. So Study in India program includes a component of scholarship who want to pursue the undergraduate and postgraduate courses in Indian universities or institutions. The selection of candidates for award of scholarship is through this written examination called Performance Rating of Applicants through Global Aptitude Test for Indian Institutes, abbreviated as Pragati. Please note, it is not an examination for admission to any university. The candidates will have to apply for the admission to that university separately. This test is only to award the scholarships for the meritorious students. So it is a standardized online exam. The exam is conducted to evaluate the capability and diligence of students. So you'll be assessed on multiple parameters through this written examination. The scores obtained by the candidates in the Pragati exam only serve as the criteria to shortlist the meritorious students for the allocation of scholarships. We do not support or guide on the admission process. National Testing Agency, or also abbreviated as NTA, it's an independent body under the Ministry of Education, Government of India. It is a premier testing organization engaged in conducting efficient, transparent, and international standard tests in order to assess the knowledge, competency, and abilities of the candidates. NTA has been entrusted with the responsibility of conducting Pragati 2022. The role of NTA is only confined to the conduct of examination process and declaration of results. NTA does not assist on the admission process. What is the test design? Overall, the test consists of 90 multiple choice type questions. Each questions carry 1 mark each. Overall, there are 3 sections: the verbal comprehension, which has 40 questions, the quantitative aptitude, which has 25 questions, and the logical reasoning, 25 questions. There is no negative marking for an incorrect answer. The paper will be objective type, so you need not write anything. Each question will have 4 options. You have to select the best as per your knowledge, which is the correct option. The exam will be held at two levels. One set of candidates who are seeking admission to the UG courses will have a different question paper. Another set of candidates who are pursuing PG courses or the postgraduate courses will have a different set of question paper. The duration of the examination is 90 minutes and the examination will be in English medium only. The mode of examination is an internet-based examination. You are required to appear in the exam through your laptop or a desktop only. You need not visit any exam center for appearing in this exam. You can attend it from your home, office, or any place wherever you have a laptop, desktop with an internet connection and a microphone and a webcam. You will not be allowed to take the examination on your mobile phones. You will have to make your own arrangements for laptop and desktop. Please ensure your laptop is fully charged before the start of the examination. And also you should have a stable connectivity with a working mic and camera. These three things are essential if you want to write this particular examination. What is the overall exam schedule? These are some of the important dates. The admit cards were already hosted on the website on 11th of July. I hope you have downloaded the admit cards because it contains all the required information which you will be needing in order to take this examination. We have hosted two sets of webinars, one on 12th July and on 16th July for each of the respective time slot. After that, we have two mock tests scheduled. One is on the 27th July. The second one is on the 23rd July, 23rd and 27th July. Please note very important dates. Everybody has to attend the mock test so that your devices are hardware and software compatible for the live test and you are ready for 31st July, the live examination. The live examination is on 31st of July. Please note the final timings of the session will be in these three sessions. Session 1 is 10 hours IST. Session 2 is 15 hours IST. And session 3 is 15 hours IST. Please note you are required to adjust your timings in your respective city and country based on the IST as a standard time. The webinar, the mock test, the second mock test and the live exam, all of these events will happen in the same time window, exactly at the same time. For example, for this session, session 3, it will happen at 15 hours IST. So based on this time, you will have to sync up your local times as per your city and country and be ready for the examination. The date of declaration of result will be announced later on the NTA website. The reporting time for the examination is 60 minutes prior to the start time. So if your reporting time is 15 hours IST, your examination time is 15 hours IST. So your reporting time will be 15 hours IST. That is 1 hour before the start time. You have to download the SCP, install the SCP and launch the SCP 1 hour before. Once you are ready with the SCP, you are waiting in the lobby. 30 minutes prior to the exam start time, you can start logging in. So whatever credentials have been mentioned on an admit card, you can start logging in 30 minutes before. Please note once the test starts at 15 hours, after that no entry will be permitted and you will be considered as late for the examination. Early leaving is not allowed. You have to sit through the entire examination for 75 minutes minimum. Only when the time left for the examination is 15 minutes or less, you will be allowed to submit the examination. The login ID for both the mock and the live examination is indicated on your admit card. So please download your admit card, go through the admit card thoroughly. It has all the important details which are essential for you to take this examination. I will cover up the do's and don'ts in the technical slide as well, but would just like to run through. Do not move away from your seats during the examination. You cannot take bio breaks during the examination. You should sit facing the screen throughout the exam and should not look sideways. You're not allowed to keep cell phones, digital watches, or any other electronic devices during the examination. You're not permitted to wear sunglasses or headphones. You should take the exam in a room where there is sufficient light and the room is not too dark. You have to ensure that you are the only person in the room during the examination and there is no discussion or any kind of disturbance happening. Do not contact or talk to anybody during the exam. You are supposed to give the exam alone. Do not keep any study material books near you during the examination time. You are only permitted to keep one A4 size rough sheet for your rough work, and you will have to show this rough sheet to the proctor. Do not try to access any other screen or any other parallel device. The proctors are making a note of it. Do not try to log in from multiple devices. It is strictly prohibited. Do not search your answers on Google. All your screen activities are being monitored by the software itself. Do not lip sync or read the questions aloud. You are not allowed to do so. Do not cover your face with hair, mask, clothing, or any other material. Your face should be completely visible in the camera. Do not have any background noises, music running, or any TV at the back end. You should be completely seated in a silent room. Please note you're not allowed to have any food beverage during the examination except water. Do not press F5 or refresh during the examination, as the moment you do so, you will get logged out of the examination. You're not allowed to keep calculators with you. A virtual non-scientific calculator will be provided on the test engine itself. Please note violation of any of these instructions will be treated as unfair means and you will be disqualified. You are advised to go through the admit cards which are hosted on the NTA website, https://pragati.nta.ac.in carefully before the webinar, the mock test and the exam. No candidate should adopt any unfair means or indulge in any unfair practice. It is strictly prohibited. Please note this is a remote proctored exam. You are advised to note that you will be under invigilation by human proctors and all your activities are very closely monitored. At any point of time, the proctors find that you are involving or indulging into suspicious activities, they will issue warnings through chat box. If at all you do not adhere to their warnings, they will issue 3 warnings, and post issuing 3 warnings, they also have the power to terminate your test, and your test will immediately be submitted and you will be disqualified. So please ensure that you do not indulge into any kind of malpractice or unfair means. In general, you are requested to be in constant touch with the website, that is https://pragati.nta.ac.in. All the important updates will be flashed on the websites on regular basis. You are requested to go through the admit card in detail, and it has all the important information regarding your mock and live test, which is required for taking this test. These are the contact details which you can reach out to in case you have any difficulty in downloading the SCB admit card or any generic query. The email ID is given as pragati@nta.ac.in. You can drop an email on the particular email ID with your issues or concern or doubts. And there are 2 generic phone numbers which are mentioned. If you want to call them and discuss, the team will be guiding you on your specific queries. In addition to this, we will have on the day of the test alone. So please note, these numbers are available only for the technical support and they will only be active on the mock day and live test day. So 23rd July, 27th July and 31st July. For calling, there will be 2 numbers given. You can contact on these 2 numbers. And for sending WhatsApp messages, we will have additional 4 numbers which you can reach out to on the day of the test alone. Please do not reach out to these numbers apart from test days because you will not get any response on the other days which are not included as a part of your test days, which are 23rd July, 27th July and 31st July. So wishing you all the best. So this concludes the generic presentation, which was an overview of the examination. Now we will walk you through the technical presentation, which will help you understand the steps required, what all are essential to take the text, so The important guidelines for today's webinar, as far as the technical presentation is concerned, we will brief you of what is an online remote proctored exam. We will explain you what are the important instructions that you have to follow and what are the support mechanisms available on the day of the live test and mock test. What are the hardware and software requirements which are essential for you to take this examination, and the step-by-step flow for the candidates. Followed by the Q&A session, which we will take it at the end of this presentation to answer your questions which are posted in the Q&A box. Please do not record this session because the entire material will be available on the website for any future reference. So you can stay focused for the next 15-20 minutes and understand the overall flow. So what is an online remote proctored exam? It is a secured environment which we will be building up in your laptop or a desktop, which has internet connectivity, webcam, and microphone, wherein you can give this test without visiting any center, and you can give it from your home, office, or any workspace wherever there is less sound and without any disturbance. It is an artificial intelligence-based software which records all your movements during the test. And on top of that, you have human proctors who will keep a close watch on your activities. What are the important instructions? We have divided the overall process into 3 parts. First one is a pre-exam preparation. That is your admit cards, your website, information bulletin, and FAQs. All the important guidelines and documents are already in the public domain and have been shared with you, made accessible to you. Please go through the same, and all your doubts regarding which links to click, what to download, what are the credentials, all of them are covered up in the FAQs and your admit card and the information bulletin. So please go through the same. In the second phase, we have planned for 2 mock tests. One is on 23rd July, another is on 27th July, wherein you can give a dummy test just to check your technical compatibility of your device. Please note there is no score computation of the mock test. The purpose of mock test is to ensure your devices are technically compatible. On the day of the mock and live test, we have 6 numbers which you can reach out to. 2 are calling numbers, 4 are WhatsApp numbers, and the corresponding team will help you with your difficulties which you are facing, if any. On top of it, on the day of the live examination, we will have the proctors who will also be your friends. You can chat with them with respect to any technical query. Please note, non-technical queries will not be answered by proctors. They will only be able to address the technical queries, if any. For any other generic queries, you can reach out to the help desk number which was shown a previous slide and drop your email on the same. Now, what are the typical situations in which you want to reach out to the help desk? The first is if you are unable to log in. So this usually happens wherein you are entering the wrong credentials which I mentioned in your admit card. So please ensure while copy pasting or typing, you do not make any error or copy an extra space, and you double check and verify the credentials which you are entering. There are different credentials for different days, so please enter the respective credential on the given date only. Your microphone is not getting detected, so this is a hardware issue wherein either your microphone or your earphones are faulty or they are not compatible with the device that you have connected them to. So please ensure your drivers are up to date and you have a backup hardware device in case such an issue happens. If you are unable to capture the photo, this normally happens wherein you are sitting in a room which is either too bright or too dark. So please try changing the position, the lighting, and you will be able to capture the photo with the camera. If you're unable to navigate to the next question, or your system is stuck, or you got disconnected. So point number 4, 5, and 6, they usually happen when there is an internet fluctuation. In all such scenarios, please wait for the internet to restabilize. Once your connection is restored, please note down the time at which this disruption happened. Add 3 minutes to your time and you can re-log in after 3 minutes only. Please note there will be no loss of time or data. The system will take care of this disruption and adjust the time accordingly. However, the maximum amount of time which can be compensated is 30 minutes, 30. If at all you have a disruption more than 30 minutes, then your corresponding time will not be made up and you you will face loss of time in that scenario. So if at all there is a disruption happened, please immediately switch your systems, move to an alternate internet connection, and relog in within 3 to 5 minutes and resume the test. So these are the do's which we just discussed in the couple of slides ago, but we'll just reiterate for everybody's clarity. Please ensure your webcam, microphone, and internet are working properly. These are the 3 essential ingredients in order for you to take the test. Ensure there is proper lighting in the room. You cannot sit in a room which is too dark. The camera will not be able to capture your photo. Ensure there is silence in the room and you do not have any disturbance. Ensure your face is clearly visible in the webcam. It's like a passport size photo wherein no part of your face can move outside the scope. Do wear transparent glasses, because if you are wearing reflective glasses, the camera will have issues. If you wear lenses, please wear lenses on the day of the examination. That will be great. Keep only a transparent water bottle alongside. You're not allowed to keep any other food material. Keep a valid photo ID proof. The same photo ID proof will be captured by the system before the start of the test and will also be demanded by the proctor at the beginning. Finally, reiterating the fact, please appear for the mock test. It is very essential for the technical compatibility and ensuring that you do not face any technical issues on the day of the live examination. What are the don'ts? The don'ts are exactly opposite to the do's. Do not communicate with anybody. You are supposed to give this test alone. Do not move away from the camera. You're not supposed to move away once the test starts. Do not cover your face with any hair, mask, clothing. Your face should be clearly visible in the camera. Very important, do not place any light source exactly pointing towards the camera. Because if a direct light is focusing on the camera will not be able to capture a photo. So sit in a position wherein either the light source is behind your device or perpendicular to it. Do not have any background noises, any high volume music, TV. Please inform your friends and relatives to reduce the volume, and you should be seated in a silent place. Do not entertain any other person in the room. Please inform your friends and family that please do not enter the room during the duration of the test. Do not wear any sunglasses or earphones. They are strictly prohibited, or headphones. If at all you are using headphones or earphones as a substitute of mic, please keep the earbuds on the table. You are not supposed to plug them into your ears. Do not use any Google or any search engine. Your screens are being constantly monitored. Very important, do not press F5 or refresh. The moment you press F5, you will get auto logout of the system and you will have to relog in again after 3 minutes. Do not take the test in mobile or tablet. It will not allow you to take the test. Please pay very close attention to this slide. What are the hardware and software requirements? As we said, the device should be laptop or desktop only. The RAM should be 2 GB or above. Microphone and webcam both can be inbuilt or external, both will work, but they are must to have. Recommended internet speed is 1 Mbps or more, preferably connected through a Wi-Fi or a modem or a LAN connectivity will help. Keep mobile hotspot only as the last resort if you do not have any other option. Processor should be 2-core and above. Please note, if you are using a device which is old, you might have a processor which is less than 2-core. The system will not be compatible, so please ensure. Operating system should be Windows 7 and above. Windows 11 is also compatible, but please have a Windows operating system. Those are much more acceptable and compatible with the softwares. If at all you are using a MacBook or an Apple device, please ensure you give the mock test. There are certain configuration settings which are required in the MacBook or an Apple product. Please get them done through the technical team on the day of the mock exam itself. Have the latest version of a browser, preferably Chrome, because Chrome is one of the most extensively used browsers. If not, you can also go with Microsoft Edge browser as a backup option. What is a secured exam browser? It is a software which will prevent virtual access on your machines. It will detect any screen mirroring or duplicates. It will kill all non-required processes at the start, and your focus will only be on the test engine itself. It will disable all remote access and system resources which are not needed. It's a single tab browser. You will not be able to open any other tab during the test. It will disable features like Control-C, Control-V, copy-paste, Control-Alt-Delete, so that you're not able to use these features during the test is on. So during the test in progress, your entire focus will be only on the test and not deviating. Now, what is the step-by-step flow? You have to download the Secured Exam browser, which is available on the website. Once you have downloaded the Secured Exam browser, or also known as SEB, you have to install it into your system. Once the SEB is installed, you can log in using the password given on your admit card on the date and time mentioned in the admit card itself. If you try entering the password other than those timings, it will not be acceptable and the system will not take it. Continue the test post logging in. Once you have completed the test, submit the test, and once you have submitted, it will throw a thank you confirmation page. That means your test has been successfully submitted. Once the test is submitted, use the combination Alt plus Escape. Please note the combination Alt Escape. This is the combination which will allow you to exit the SEB. And once you exit the SEB, you can uninstall it from the start menu. Please note to uninstall the SEB only after live examination post 31st of July. Do not uninstall the SEB in the middle of the process. These are some standalone links which can be used to check the system compatibility and hardware devices. The first link, that is https://webcammictest.com, webcammictest.com. This is a free open source link which can be used to check your microphone compatibility and webcam compatibility. If your webcam and microphone are working on this link, it will surely work in SEB as well. How to download the SEB? Please visit the official website and you will see a SEB tab. Once you click on the SEB tab, it will take you to another window wherein it will ask you for the student ID and a dynamic CAPTCHA code. You enter your student ID and a dynamic CAPTCHA code and click login. Once you log in, it will populate your details and you will have two links. One for downloading SEB for Chrome and the second one for downloading SEB for Microsoft Edge. Based on the browser that you are using, download the corresponding SEB only. So if you're using a Chrome browser, download the first SEB. If you're using a Microsoft Edge browser, you can download the second SEB. Please do not download both the SEBs. It will not serve any purpose. Only one SEB is sufficient. Once you have downloaded the SEB, you will have this computer icon in your downloads folder. You double click that icon, it will ask you for installation. Define the path where you want to install and click next and close. Once the SEB is installed, you will have an orange color cloud icon on your desktop. You double click this and it will ask you a warning message. Launching save browser will close all other applications. Unsaved data will be lost. Do you want to proceed? Please note that if you're doing some important work, save those files before clicking on yes, because the moment you click on yes, all your background processing will be terminated and your unsaved data will be lost. So only launch the SEB once all your background applications have been closed. You will get a screen wherein you have to enter the login ID password as mentioned in the admit card. Please note you can only log in and sign in 30 minutes prior to your scheduled time, 30. So set your watches according to 2015 hours IST, but you can only start logging in from 1945 hours IST. Once you log in, you will get this page which will pre-populate your photographs and your credentials. Please confirm this if they are matching. If at all they are not matching, do not panic. Just send an email to the official website email ID which was given and continue with the test, because all your score computation is happening with respect to the login ID which you have entered and not your photograph or name. So, but if at all you find any deviation, do send an email for records, but do not wait for any response at that given point of time. You can click on confirm and continue giving the test. You will land up on an instruction sheet which will be available for 30 minutes. You have to go through and read all the instructions very carefully. It will give you what is the question structure, what is the marking scheme, what are the navigation options, how do you navigate from one screen to another. Once you go through these instructions carefully, you can click on I confirm on the bottom right and your start exam button will only be activated at the given time. So for example, for this slot 3, the start time is 2015 hours. So this start exam button will only get enabled at 2015 hours IST. You have to Click on Start Exam and your exam will begin. It will open up a generic license agreement. You can click on I have read and proceed. Once you click yes, it will do an equipment check for all the 4 essential items. That is, your browser is up to date, your webcam is working, your microphone is working, and you have a stable internet connection. Please note, if at any point it is unable to detect a particular equipment, it will throw a red signal, a red light. Any red light out of the 4 parameters means you cannot start the test. You have to fix that corresponding equipment and relaunch the SCB. Once you have all the 4 green lights, you click on next. It will ask you to capture a photo. Please capture this photo in the posture in which you want to give the examination. Once the photo is captured, you can start the test. On the top, you will have 3 sections based on the syllabus. On the left side, you will have the question number. In the middle, you will have the question with the options. You have to select the right option which you feel is appropriate and click on next. You can come back to the previous section, go to the next section, attempt questions in any order. There is no restriction on that. Please note, you will be able to submit the examination only once you click on the last question, that is the 90th question. You will see the submit button at the bottom right. This will only appear after 75 minutes. So mandatorily, you have to spend 75 minutes in the test, and only 15 minutes prior to the examination, it will begin. Once you click on end test, it will ask you for a 2-step confirmation. You have to click on yes and confirm. The reason why it asks for a 2-step confirmation is because once you submit the test, there is no way you can go back and start the test again. So please exercise this option only once you are 100% sure that you want to submit the test. Once the test is successfully submitted, you press the Alt plus Escape key sequence. You will exit the SCB. And if at all you find any icons missing or power button missing or any deviation on your desktop, do not worry. Just click on this SCB light repair tool and all your original settings will be restored. As we said, do not panic if you lose the connection in between or you have a power failure. Arrange for an alternate source. Relog in again after 3 to 5 minutes and you will resume your test from the point you lost. There is no data loss or time loss. If you had this interruption at, let's say, 75th question, all your 74 questions are already saved in the system and your test will resume from the 75th question itself. We will be constantly monitoring your facial movements, background noises, network and screen activities. So please do not try to indulge in any malpractice or unfair means. On top of it, you are continuously monitored by the proctors who will keep issuing you warnings if and when necessary. And they also have the power to terminate the session if they feel that you are not adhering to the warnings given. So now we'll address your question and answers which are there in the box. All the best. Thank you so much for attending the webinar. Time for the questions and the stage is open. Dear sir, I want to ask something. I do not know if it's a problem. In the field of birth, reverse day and month. Instead of May 2, I did February 5. Okay, if that is the case, please download your admit card with the date that you have entered and proceed with the test. But please drop an email to the help desk email ID as well so that they can rectify this. Okay, I am not seeing any technical related questions. How many days you take for the results? The results will, the declaration date will be posted on the website. So please refer to the website. The next question is, what is the mock test about? The mock test is about checking the technical compatibility of your device. Don't worry about the content of the mock test because it will be sample generic content. There will be no score computation. The objective of the mock test is to ensure that your device is compatible with the software. SCB Lite is not working. Please help me. Please contact the help desk number on 23rd of July with the numbers provided and the technical team will guide you on the same. 31st July is the live exam date. Yes, 31st July is the live exam date, but you have to refer to your respective time slot. which is mentioned on your admit card. Please note there is no provision to change the time slots. The time slots have been finalized and are all published in your admit card. All the webinars covered the same topic. Yes, all the webinars were identical and similar, covering the same information. We should solve question A4 at exam time. Yes, you would be allowed to keep an A4 sheet for rough work and you can utilize it.
Thank you for attending the session. In case you have any problem, you can post it in the chat box or our comment section. We will be happy to reply you. Thank you so much. Good night.